You might be able to give it away.
Yeah.
Now, council, one thing, and then just to make sure that we are the council, this is all gonna come out of the solid waste budget. Again, this budget, I'm budgeting, we are talking budget now, this is stuff that we're gonna have to consider when we talk about rates. Because it's not included in our rate structure, none of this is included in the rate structure. It may not be much, it may be 50 cents, I mean, I'm not gonna go and say, that it's a devastating, budget amount, but it does add to.
50 cent raises devastating right now, in
Well,
this time.
well, then, so, right, it's not devastating to a $1.7 million contract.
Well, it is something that needs to be done, and, council, congratulations again on doing a great job, and Mr. Montes of getting it done, and Mr. Montes did a great job. And so, with that being said, we've got a motion and a second. Is there any other questions?
There's already been a motion.
All right, go ahead.
Did you have any other questions?
No.
Anybody else have any other questions? Okay, that being the case, we've got a motion and a second, we'll call for a vote to approve item 8D. All in favor? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Okay,
Hopefully that
council.
problem's over with.
All right, very good. Now we're moving on to item 8A. Discuss and consider authorizing the city manager to award an annual contract for auditing services with Armstrong, Bond and Associates, PC. This is an action item. I'm going to call for a motion.
Motion.
There is a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Hernandez. With that being said, I'm going to turn the floor over to Jackie. You're up.
Good evening, council. I believe this starts on in your packet on page 43. This is for us to go into contract with Armstrong, Bond and Associates for our auditing services. We are currently with Leon Carter and have been with them since 2017. There's a correction on this. This would be for Armstrong and Bond would be in commence for the audit year of from October 2022 through September 30th, 2023, and it would be for a maximum of 5 years. I called and did some reference checks, and the reference checks were really came back with excellent. Their customers didn't have any complaints about them. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. You said October 2022 to September 30th? Because
I think it's confusing, it's a little confusing, and my verbiage was this, remember, the audit's a year behind.
yeah.
So what they're doing is they're gonna audit our work from October 1st of 2021 to September of 2022. They'll begin their auditing, their actual work, October 2022.
But for 2021.
Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
working on the current fiscal year. Yes, I'm sorry. So that was right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought that was mad, I was checking myself.
So, when I called these references for Armstrong and Bond, everyone that I called George West and I called Hondo, and everyone said that those two references I got that their audits are always on time or before the deadlines, that they're, as soon as the books close, within 2 to 3 weeks, they're coming in to get us the list and the material of what they're gonna need to get it done within, like most cities, they would say by the end of March is when theirs is due, and they said that more than likely they would have theirs by the 10th or the 15th. So they're on time. They also said that when using them for their audits, that they also, in their findings, they would help with fix the procedures that needed to be fixed, took the procedures that we would currently have and tweak them to where these problems do not continue on for the next audits. And I believe that is something that we really need to take our procedures and have a firm that's gonna help us to fix these so we don't have these problems anymore.
Mayor, I have a
Council,
question.
do you have any questions? Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez?
How long was our, contract with Leo?
I think it was initially for 3 years, and it had automatic renewals, and so I think overall, I think it was 5. So yeah, we've used them.
But it was initially for 3 years, but
Believe
then it
so.
just had an overlay. Okay, I wanna make a little comment when it's more of our time getting the paperwork to them on time to any auditor, and for them to turn it back pretty fast. I do wanna say, has Armstrong came and presented to us
I'm sorry.
their services?
No, they have not. This is their proposal, with what you see, and, that was our recommendation. We, on our end, we feel like we've done our due diligence. They are, to me, again, what Jackie alluded to, the important part for us is getting our audits in on time. We have to do a better job of that. And that's been, I don't believe the past 5 years, and part of the contract, if I remember correctly, with Carter, Layout and Carter, gave them until June to complete the audit.
Were we missing information when we were giving it to Carter and Leo? Because I know we were behind, when I first came on council, we were 3 years behind in audit.
I can tell you that since I've been here, this will be our 5th audit,
Okay,
and I've only been here 3 years.
that's exactly, because we were so behind.
So we've had 4, this will be our 4th yearly audit, and we had 1 forensic. So
Okay, I just have a problem with the 5-year commitment.
it's a 3-year.
Yeah,
Here,
the
come on.
5 years too long. I don't know these people. I'm reading what they have. I haven't read their personal reference from the only 2 towns that we received. I will go ahead and go with your recommendation this time, but next time I would like for us to know a little bit more and get a little bit more references and have the references in the book. But 5 years is too long. So if it's in 3 years, I'm okay with that.
And Councilwoman, good point, but it is a 3-year contract. The option, we council will determine if we go the additional year. So it is just 3 years that all we're offering, but the right to extend. Council, any other questions?
No, I'm
Okay, very good. Well, we have a motion and a second. Having no other questions, allow the city manager to move forward with this. I'll call for a vote. All in favor?
I,
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much, council.
thank you.
Okay, moving on, item 8B, discuss and consider authorizing the city manager to enter into a task order with Frio County for the construction and rehabilitation of the city streets in an amount not to exceed $300,000. This is an action item. I will call for a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez. May I have a second? There's a second by Councilwoman Hernandez. With that being said, I'll turn the floor over to our city manager.
This will be an interesting item. I'll leave it at that. In this item, part of what we actually met with the county today regarding some of these, this item. And part of what they conveyed to us is the amount that and I think you guys have the task order amount. That amount is wrong. In saying that, we don't anticipate the cost to go down significantly. And what I mean by that is, right now, and Hector and I did some analysis, right now, we could do a city block, assuming we do the prep work. And what I mean by prep work, we lay the base, kind of what we're doing out here. And we lay asphalt, and we could probably do it for about $33,000 to $35,000 a block.
Okay.
A block. And so that covers 3 blocks is about $100,000 is what we could do on our end, assuming that again costs stay the same. And we don't know, we don't anticipate the county those costs that they've given us. Again, there's going to be revisions to this. We don't anticipate those going down very much because part of what we discussed today, and Hector can is that some of these costs are not included in labor cost and machine costs are not included in the estimate they initially provided. So we anticipate that at the very least the cost will be for, and remember, there's different treatments. You have your seal coat, which is the county's what they do, and then what we do is, and have done is we do actual asphalt. So there is a difference. We're a bit, we don't want to toot our own horn. We'll see how this asphalt comes out on Friday. We should get, Hector should, the base looks really good. If you've driven by there, I think it looks really good. but the asphalt will be our telltale on Friday, is that?
That's correct. It should be, we have a completion date of estimate of Friday, 17th is when it should be completed. So if everything goes well and the material comes in on time, it should be completed by Friday.
So, it is expensive, council. We don't anticipate to do, as we mentioned, all the items on the list. We don't have a lot of money, but we can do some. But whether we do asphalt or seal coat, we don't anticipate the cost.
Mayor,
Councilwoman Rodriguez?
so you're saying within the $300,000 that's on here, you wanna go ahead and decline that?
I'd like to postpone this item if the council will allow, just to make sure that I understand the true cost of what the county's proposing, which includes the material cost, the labor cost, and the cost of the machinery.
Mayor, with that being said, I would like to rescind my motion,
Okay.
to go ahead, rescind the motion and
Okay.
table the item.
Okay, there is a move to rescind the motion, depending upon what our secretary does, she agreed to do that. But council, I'll just say, I am disappointed, and I'm sure you guys all are. I was really hopeful that this $300,000 would allow us to really do a lot of work. I'm excited to see what Hector and his crew is able to do. As you can see, this first task was gonna be 3 blocks for about 80,000 working, so we're looking at the same either way, but this is gonna give us a chance to look and see, but I think we're all realize that 300,000 is not gonna go very far. But I was hopeful that we'd be able to do a lot, but the citizens can see more, so anyway, I'm just expressing my disappointment, but that's only just because we're in an inflationary time, and it's just very difficult to get that done. That being said, I am excited and rooting very heavily for our city staff to get that stretch of road done, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, there was a motion, a second to rescind it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a vote, and this will be tabling item 8B. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Council, you guys in or out? James? Sonny, you guys in?
Yeah.
Okay, motion passes unanimously. Okay, with that being said, we have we have an action item, 8E, discuss and consider a budget calendar for the fiscal year 2022, 2023. Again, this will just be to go over and inform you guys of what we want to do between now and September. This is an action item. I'll ask for a motion.
Motion?
Got a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez, second by Councilwoman Garza. At this point, I'm turning the floor over to our city manager.
Just, Mayor and Council, I did give you this budget calendar. I apologize that I didn't give it to you more timely, but I will share a couple of things with you on this. Part of what this, to me, the struggle I've had, maybe, I hope I'm not the only one, but the new legislation that's come, this legislative session, it's been really tough to figure out how we're supposed to schedule our budget calendar, at least in my opinion. So, but this is what we've come up with. We've been working on budget stuff, expenses and revenues, already for the past month or two. The staff has. We would like to have a special meeting on June 30th. It falls on a Thursday, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Thursday. To discuss preliminary budgets and revenues. We'd like to submit those to you and have that discussion on the 30th. We'd also want to have, and this will dovetail also into our discussion. Also plan on having that meeting. It'll be a long meeting or a longer meeting. Having our water model study, and we also have our drainage study drafts that I'd like to present. So I would ask that you give yourself about 3 hours for that meeting. That'll be, and those are all part of the drainage study, the water model study. That'll all have information as it pertains to drainage budgets, and funding for that, and then also, water. Water is, as you know, has been an issue, but it'll continue to be, based on the water model study, we'll be able to give you some insights of what we need to consider, in the months and years to come regarding what water needs. And part of the challenge for us is not only the distribution lines and where water is running, but also our water wells, our elevated tanks, our storage tanks. All this is gonna play into this water model study, where development we participate in growing and moving. As the council knows, you have a 50-something lot development that is currently in the stages of engineering plans. And so when you add, and I'm not saying the 250 lots and homes are gonna be built next year, but as you add homes and then you add to your water system, to the city water system, those are things that need to be taken into consideration. Part of what we get concerned about is the development's great and running water out there and getting everything out there, and then we think, well, are we gonna have enough supply and volume to get water to those folks? And that's what we need. That'll be part of this water model study. The drainage will also be part of the discussion for this June 30th meeting. It's an important meeting. I hope that all the council members are here for that. On July 19th,
June
general
30th at
fund,
what time?
I'm sorry,
What time?
6 p.m. If we could keep it at that, unless y'all have a different time y'all want to have for that meeting. I think the earlier the better to get y'all paid on time. July 19th, that our regular meeting falls on July 12th. We're not gonna put anything on the regular agenda, but July 19th, which is a special meeting, we will discuss general fund. For all the folks that are not aware, the general fund includes administration, police, streets, finance, parks and recreation, library, and municipal court. July 25th, we anticipate we will have the certified appraisal rules as far as our values. We will know then. We got preliminary values already in. Our values did not increase very much. So we're gonna use those numbers as a preliminary discussion regarding revenues for this year. July 26th, we'll discuss enterprise funds, which includes water, sewer, gas, and solid waste. August 2nd is, and these are all special meetings, August 2nd is the ARP funds, debt service, hotel occupancy tax, and fire fund. And then the calculations will be done on the no new revenue tax rate. The no new revenue tax rate, it's not hard for me to even say this, is what is the effective rate, or what was the effective rate. The voter approval tax rate used to be known as the rollback rate. Now this is the new terminology according to the legislature, so that's what those are. So we'll have those calculations for you. We want to present the budget to you on August the 9th and have the council take a record vote on the proposed tax rate. In the rest of August and September, we will utilize for public hearings and adoption of the budget and tax rate. That's the way the calendar looks. I'm trying to try to squeeze as much as I could into everything, but it's a busy few months.
And council, just wanted to state on this, and for y'all, it's pretty rocking and rolling for you new council members as we move forward. If you could look at the dates, really we've got all of July and then about a week in August to really kind of fine tune where we are. So, in kind of how we move forward, excuse me, we want to really intimately know that budget, each one of you guys, and so, you know, as we determine what we're gonna do and what we're not gonna do, the thing that we don't wanna do is post-August, make big adjustments. Oh, we need to look at this or that. So anything that's really big that you guys see, we really need to make an adjustment in that month of July before we get to there, because it's very difficult for them to go back and readjust. But anyway, I think we can tweak this as it is, but it's to give you guys an outline of where we're moving forward with this. But anyway, Councilwoman Rodriguez.
Okay, because we have June and July, you know, we got families, we got All-Star Baseball, we got Little League, World Series.
Vacation.
I'm pretty busy in July with the World Series, but I could make at least all of them. I was just curious, are these meetings that we could be on Zoom? Like at least for the, you know, because it is July, people do take summer vacation. But I'm not taking a vacation. We will be in the World Series in Deer Park. But I will be only missing 2 of those days, which is July 25th and July 26th. But I could get on Zoom if that is.
We're not gonna meet on the 25th, Councilman. Let's just do the 26th.
Okay.
I'm just showing you that that's when we're gonna get our tax roll from the president.
Yeah, 'cause I wouldn't mind. If I'm able to get on Zoom, I will get on Zoom.
Well, I'm an advocate of in-person, it's so much better, but again, if we can't, I'll allow that. We've done that before.
Yeah, I'll just be gone from July 25th. I know Tiffany, our daughters are in the All-Stars. We start Friday in Uvalde, and it can be every week after that. So,
And so certainly,
It's just-
to be amenable, yes, we'll do that, but I would tell you guys, when you get that on June 30th, study it, and understand, come see Fred, I'll spend some time here, Jackie is available, so just know what the budget is, and it's complex, I mean, there's a